welcome to another vlog. So Shanita and I are here on a Sunday, happy Sunday, and we are going to be organizing this pantry. As usual, we take everything out and then we go through it, declutter, which is really important, especially for this particular pantry. So yeah, so we're gonna be going through the same process that we go through as always to make sure we are able to create space and utilize this entire pantry. So yeah, there's Shanita. Bam. I'm always with her, of course. And we'll be right back. So we are now starting to go through everything, expire things and things that they aren't using, which of course is a very, let's do this way, which is very essential when it comes to organizing your pantry. So, and this is one of the great thing about organizing your pantry is because there's more, what I'm trying to say, it doesn't have a lot of sentimental items. It's easier to tackle it and get it organized compared to another space like a closet. So anyway, we are doing that. We decided to keep that stuff up there because there's really no room to put everything else. And then we're just going to declutter. It shouldn't take us that long. It looks like she's pretty good with the cans, so yeah. So we'll come back to you soon. I'm gonna start bringing some things in because I know for sure I want to set it up a little bit. So I'm gonna come under you, I'm gonna sweep. And the next time they took it, it was like, oh, straight, like they get it. She'll do well.
What about you? How's your sister?
She's good. She's good.
Brother.
And who?
And your brother.
And brother. All right, so this is what we have so far. So now on the floor sits all these stackable bins. I left some room here and here so that if anything needs to slide in between, it can. But yeah, I feel like that looks gonna come together. So we have potatoes right now. We'll probably have like extra snacks and stuff that don't fit on the bins that sit here or that will be sitting here. So as Shanita's going through that, I'm going to start kind of placing things where they go so that we get an understanding on where things will go when we're done decluttering. I'm curious. Come on. Hi. Hi. What's your name? Oh, I know. It's like, what are y'all doing? I know there's one more. Hi.
Cat bin.
Yeah, this is the cutest thing. I know. Are you comfortable? She's like, yeah, I am. Aww. All right, so here we are so far. Basically, for the most part, I wanted to make sure or create consistency here. Right now, we're trying to figure out if we will be adding lids to them. If so, then we can utilize this whole area right here. And then there'll be free space right here for like other canisters. But yeah, right now we're taking down some notes so that we can start labeling everything. I feel like this is the standout part or the most valuable part because now we are using the entire vertical space and our client can add more things to here without having them sit on the floor. But yeah, this is what we have so far. So now this whole row has 3-tier or expandable shelves. And then up here we have all of the Lazy Susans. So no, I'm not. And then here we'll have canisters. Unfortunately, they have large canisters which don't fit anywhere but on top. So I'm gonna see if we can get smaller ones so they can fit here and work better. We're taking down the labels. I'm gonna create the labels, but first I'm gonna bring the client in and let her know what my ideas are so that we can finish this space and then we'll be done. By the way, our friends have been just hanging out with us. Yeah, that's our chaperone, by the way. Also, so these are the canisters I was talking about. They're a little bit too large for the space, which is really important to measure. unless we set them on the top shelf, which we can, but there's no space for them. So, And these are the original Acacia lid canisters that were sitting in there, but it just isn't functional enough. But I'm going to talk with the client and see what her thoughts are. And then these are all the leftover items we're not using as of now. They can be used in other spaces. I have these at home, but I have these at home too. But they don't need to sit in the pantry because there's no space for them, and they weren't being used functionally. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of those. I'm moving the cans to the middle so that they have access to the cans. They were sitting on the left, but I felt like they weren't in, what is it, vision? Does that make sense? In vision? Mm-hmm. So I'm moving them to the center, and then everything else can sit on the left side. I feel like it just makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, talking to you and the people. See. Can I take this away from you, please? Please, thanks. Hey, beautiful boy.
Me? No, I just want to be a star. Just want to be on the camera.
Can you wet this, please?
Mm-hmm.
So I was telling Shanita, I used to be deathly afraid of cats. This business definitely humbled me. Definitely afraid. Like, there's no way I would ever be this close to a cat. Never. Like, I would be like, please, can you put your cats away? But because most of the clients that we have cats, more so than dogs, I had to face my fear. And now, of course, I love them. They just have such good spirits for the most part. There's one that almost attacked me, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I really have an appreciation for cats now. Hello, you know where we're at. We're almost done actually getting all the stuff that we need. Yay!
Back storage for the shelf for the saran wrap.
Mm-hmm.
1.9 canisters, 4 bamboo lids, and white labels.
Oh,
so the 1.9 canisters.
Yes. Alexa, what's the time?
It's 10:02 a.m.
10:02. You know, we're not leaving for another few minutes. All right, so let me give you a tour of this pantry. Here she is. So basically we did use what they already had, which they had these bins, they had some of the canisters, they had these, and some of these, and some of these. So basically we just expanded it and created a more symmetrical look. Basically, yeah, we added more Lazy Susans, we added more expandable shelves, and literally just made it look more, not visually appealing, it was really more functional. Before I forget, this is the new kid on the block. She's great for Ziploc bags and especially for saran wrap or foil. So unfortunately the large saran wrap doesn't fit here, so they're gonna get a smaller one, but these are great. Again, it allows you to use the vertical space, which is very important when you have a limited amount of space. So perfect. We are here in Baytown, by the way, and we are working in a pantry. Actually, a pretty small pantry. This is probably the smallest pantry we've worked in, which is a challenge, and I love it. Here's the pantry. We've already started adding some water hyacinths because our client took out all the stuff, which is amazing. It makes our job a little bit easier. And she's decluttered. So we're trying to figure out where to put things, because some pantry items will sit in here, but some will also sit in there. So let's do it. Here we go. Hey. So yeah, so basically since everything is out and decluttered, I'm literally just going to start putting things on the pantry just to see how everything will sit. I did forget one thing, my Lazy Susans. So we are gonna possibly go to Target and pick those up. But anyway, we're doing well. So, okay. All right, this is what we have so far. So I like those again because you get to use the floor without using the floor. I feel like it creates more storage. It's basically like 2 more shelves. And then we have these. This is the medium size or the large size. No, this is a medium size. I feel like those fit perfectly and vertically, which is good. So you can just do this, pull it out. Since we're working with a pretty narrow pantry, this is where the cans are gonna be. We might even come out because we don't want to lose this space. So it'll be cans and then like some cans here, canisters, Lazy Susans with some canisters because they do have the XOXO brand and it's pretty tall. So this is it for now. Whatever doesn't fit in here, of course, it's going in here. Which is why I have all of these multi-purpose bins, which I absolutely love because this is going to act as it's going to hold any of the excess items like the snacks, just anything excess. These are going to hold down here. Then we also have some drawers. We also have some roll-out drawers for here. So for the bigger items, like bags of chips, if you will, oh, my armpit is sweaty. Those are great to use. This bin right here is great for those. So I'm gonna try to fit all this in here. If not, we'll just have another one. So we'll have one that's like chips, and then another one could be like miscellaneous or something like that. So we are using this to create division in this drawer. These are actually from Amazon. They're really great. They come in, I think, black and gray. I actually have these at home. You see, it's a really wide drawer. And these are literally perfect for it. Because you see that. So we're going to be putting tea in this drawer. Hot cocoa, Kool-Aid, and that's it. You hear a game back there? You do. Anyway, so I never really show this part, but we always do install. Well, we do installs as well. Not always, but sometimes. But I'm pretty much done. Of course, adding roll-out cart. No, that's not a roll-out cart. Adding drawers, roll-out drawers, or drawers of any sort to a deep cabinet is great because then you get access to the whole thing. Look at that. It covers the whole thing. And this is this cabinet is for their pots and skillets and pans. So thankfully they don't have a lot of stuff. Actually, this client is pretty ideal. And I say that because she doesn't have a lot of items compared to the size of her kitchen. So everything pretty much has a place, and even if they don't have a place, they fit well. So all we really have to do is just organize it and fit it in so that it works. Hopefully you heard me, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go in from here. Let me get the screw down. Why am I so rushed? And this one goes to the top of the So now we have it. We have a drawer. It comes about this far out, which is good. The drawer does come with this right here, which means it helps you, what does it does? It gives you a guide so that when you install, when you close the door, you don't hit the drawer, because that's of course not the goal. But it's pretty easy to install. These are the ones I usually recommend. But yeah, now we're gonna put the pots and pans in here, and then we'll just show you what everything looks like afterwards. And we are done. It's a little bit dark, but this is the pantry. Because this is a small pantry, the goal was to make sure that a big enough bin sat here vertically so that they can just pull it out. And the reason why I went for a large one is because I think this is a medium size. Yeah, I think so. The reason why I went for this size is because it takes up enough space to where there's still room for it to breathe, and it's not like overpacked. Because it is a small space, it can look really packed. And yeah, just created categories, designated everything to a bin, designated the categories to a bin, and then there we have it. So the goal was to take all the snacks, or at least majority of the snacks, out of here and then put them in the island. I'll show you that. But basically it's kind of like always, you know, we got the Lazy Susans at the top because it's a Lazy Susan. And I always have it at the highest point because you can just turn it around, you can get what you need. And then of course canisters, and then our canned goods and condiments, whatever can fit. I think it's okay to use this front part as well. And then of course bins, and then of course I've been really liking these. We used them in our previous client on the pantry, on her floors in her pantry, because she needed the extra space. And yeah, that's literally the only reason why I would use the floor. But these are great, really inexpensive. They come in black, gray, and white. And then the infamous command strip for the lunch kits. My favorite part is in here. This is the snack cabinet. So now the kiddos can come here and grab their snacks. This is like the grab and go section. They can literally just come in and grab. And then up here is additional snacks, which do require a little bit of pulling, but still really noticeable. I love this section, love it so much. We also did tackle the drawer. So we needed a drawer that could hold the foil and saran wrap, because right now we got the Ziploc bags in here. So we decided to have a section for that and this extra thing because it had no place. Actually, this can actually command strip one of these cabinets. Just thought about that. Yeah. And so now, because I wanted to make sure the foil and saran wrap was next to the Ziploc bag, because this is already taken. So I think this is a great option also for this guy because it has no space. But now this is like a drink drawer, tea, hot cocoa. There's marshmallows in here too. So perfect drawer. Let's get some B-roll. And I can get, bam. And here, nope, you're fine. You're perfectly fine. Added some rolling drawers, which I love these. I think they are ideal for deep drawers, especially for the drawer that holds all the pots, because you can literally just like open her up, get what you need, push her back. And then we have like excess items on the shelf. I went on ahead and used her existing bin because, I mean, I'd rather use her existing products than brand new ones that pretty much do the same thing. And let me show you that part. Bam. And then here are these. So I added these shelf, what do they call it? Kind of like pan dividers, if you will. Yeah, I had to drill holes all along here so that they can stand up. But now they have a place for their pans, their baking pans, their cutting boards. And I really, really do like this. We did also have the drawer, which is a lot more expensive than this. So I just decided to go with this because it just makes the most sense than adding like a $50 drawer with the likelihood of it not fitting all this. So this literally works perfectly, and you can use the entire space. If she has something really tall, it would still fit in here without interacting with the drawer above. So I really love this a lot too. That's pretty much it, guys. We are done for the day. We're actually ahead of schedule, which is always great, but we have an hour drive, so I guess we're on time. Yeah, we're done. This is a small pantry and decent sized kitchen actually, but the great thing about, the reason why I went by fast, right, is because our client has enough, she has a good amount of items for the size of her space. So her pantry, even though it didn't fit everything, she still had this island that could host or hold all of the snacks. So it kind of just started to like flow and make sense. And then her cabinets are able to fit all of her items. She didn't have a lot of pots, not a lot of pans or skillets, which is ideal, which means she has enough. She had just enough to cook with. She has the perfect amount to cook with, and she doesn't need excess, which is very important when you're organizing a space of any size really, but especially a space that has limited storage. Anyway, that's it. That's it. So we will see you. Oh, hold on, next.